Hello and welcome back everybody to another FTB Infinity here in the alpha version. As you can see, I've been chiseling bits. Simple as that. Definitely been doing some chiseling bits. We have the start of our house, or the base in general. You know, I really liked the snow with the woodwork and all that kind of stuff. I come back in and I look at this one, and I'm not as big of a fan of it here. But I do think that we need to be consistent with it overall. So, anyways, where are we at? I know a couple things of note, and a few people have commented and whatnot in the comments of the channel and in my community on the Curse server. If you're not there, make sure you check that out as well. A lot of people have mentioned things that are completely and 100% true. There's been a lot of starting out in mod packs that I've been doing on my channel lately. And there is a reason for that, and it's a little bit because of the state of mod packs in 1.10.2. We're just getting started. So me continually starting is a normal thing at this point in time. I do plan on playing this pack for a long time, unless I'm forced to restart because of updates or anything like that, which of course is a possibility. All right. But I do want to progress on accordingly and do things quite extensively on this, even though I know we have to get through this beginning part that a lot of you have probably already seen before. But I've already talked too much. Let's get into it right away. A couple quick and fun things. Quantum tanks. This quantum storage mod is awesome. Absolutely awesome. Now, right now, there is a bug in the version that we have on the pack that's about to be fixed, as far as I'm aware. And, you know, the mod developer, I think it's Mod Moose, who did this as well. He or she, I actually don't know, but they already stated that they are going to fix the problem, or have already fixed the problem. So these are awesome. They're like deep storage units, and I want to make a chest as well. Quantum storage unit. They're not very expensive at all. Actually, they're probably a little bit too cheap, but what they can do is they can store basically an infinite amount of specific items, right? So if we pull out some cobble, for example, that I'm starting to load up on, and we insert the cobble like so, you can see that we now have 640 in there. So they work like a great little storage system for your bulk storage in the game. I highly, highly recommend, especially once they... I mean, come release, it's all going to be fixed and perfect for you guys. And you can pick them up, and you can store them like so, and you can mouse over and see what's in there. I went and got 167 buckets worth of lava, for example, because what I wanted to do is I needed to make some obsidian. So I made some obsidian in the smeltery here just by right-clicking on the drain with a bucket of water and a bucket of lava. So we made some obsidian. We got the quantum tanks. We're good to go there. I want to go to the nether. Yes, indeed. And why do I want to go to the nether? Well, that's pretty straightforward and pretty simple, actually. I just want the resources that are in the nether. Simple as that. Now, I don't really have a specific place or anything like that to put my portal. So I think I'm actually going to go down into downstairs and place it down there so that it's kind of out of the way and not really, you know... Oh, man, that silly bug. Okay. Boom, boom. There we go. Bread. Okay, let's cook it. But I want to put it downstairs so that we don't have any problems for that. So other than that, I have all my chisel and bits stuff. I'm cooking up some bread to make some toast, which is very useful stuff, let me tell you. I need to put away all my chisel and bits. You guys all go away. Good. And you. That filled up very fast. We are already basically full. It's fine. We do have the hammer that has diamond on it, so we should be able to get a decent amount of resources. But what I think we need to do is we need to get a stencil here first. We need a sharpening stencil. So let's quickly get a stencil pattern. A piece of wood should do the job very, very nicely for us. Good. And good. All right, blank patterns, get. Now, what this sharpening pattern is going to do for us is it's going to allow us to make a sharpening kit. All right. Now, a sharpening kit, pretty straightforward, is, well, it's used like so. You can make an obsidian sharpen kit. And the biggest thing about this is you can see on the side here, when you apply it to a tool, you basically are going to get a mining level of cobalt. All right. Now, basically what you do, you combine it with a flint, it upgrades your tools to the material's mining level. So obsidian is a great one to use for very early on setups when it comes to your tinker's tools, because it instantly upgrades them to the cobalt level. Now we do need a little bit of flint with this as well, and then we can run back over to here and we can install these accordingly. So one quick note is you can see here we have 2 modifiers for this hammer still left because I put a diamond on it so that I could mine some things better. Probably not the best choice, but that's fine. We can make another hammer if we need to. But the 2 things is this has a mining level of diamond, okay, and 2 modifiers. Over here, it's going to have a mining level of cobalt with still 2 modifiers. These sharpening kits do not take up a modifier place. So that's great. 3 and still have 3. But now we have up to cobalt on this simple little stone pickaxe. How sweet is that? I think it's perfect. I think it's absolutely perfect. All right. Other than that, I need to get a little bit more lava generated here. So into the drain. I guess I can demonstrate this now for you guys, can't I? There we go. We got the lava. Let's get the water. Boop, boop. And one more. And there we go. We should have 3 blocks of obsidian. Perfect. You throw those in the casting basin like so, and you should get yourself some lava. All right. So I'm going to get this obsidian done, and let's make a nether portal. So we got the obsidian, but you know what I just realized? I have no armor on. I've literally not made myself any armor yet. Now, we could go osmium, or what else could we do for armor? What armors are even in this pack? I don't know. Of course, we have the Britannia stuff, which I believe we're getting an upgrade on to the official Britannia release, which just came out the other day. I don't have the ability to make Draconic or Dark. Oh, we have Draconic Evolution. Oh my. I forgot all about that mod, didn't I? Osmium would be great. Osmium is fantastic, but I think what we're going to do for right now is just a simple set of iron will probably suffice for us. So I'm going to make standard vanilla stuff here. So boom, we need you to go in there. Good. Pants, boots, and a helmet. Excellent. Pretty straightforward. And definitely pretty cheap. Okay, let's head on down and let's get to the nether. Boom. You know what? Let's just put it right here. This seems like as good a spot as any to place a nether portal. You know, it's kind of tucked away. We're good to go and all that kind of stuff. So let's do this and get ourselves a little nether portal set up here. Good. Good. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 5. Excellent. Boom. Nether portal made. Beautiful, necessary, and wonderful. Let's go to the nether. At least we have some armor on this time. And we do have food, so that's good too. So first time for me in the nether anyways. I think some other people have already been. I'm slow. Uh-oh. Oh boy. Okay. All right. Okay. Interesting. Interesting spawn for the portal. I have a feeling now, though, that I'm never going to make it back home. Oh, boy. Okay, we got some zombie pigmen. They are happy with us. That's fine. And it looks like somebody's prepared. This is one of the glorious things about being on a server, I guess. Somebody's prepared a little area here for the blaze. Oh, that's perfect. You know what? I did want some blaze. So let's farm a few of these. Since we're here, we might as well get some. At least get some blaze rods going and all that. Oh man, I am so underprepared for this. It's great. I love it. I don't even have like fortune or anything. This is amazing. All right, I'm going to get some blaze, and I want to get some nether quartz, and I'd like to find some glowstone as well. I'll bring you guys back in if anything exciting in the nether happens, but for right now, it should be pretty basic. All right, so we are back after the little nether adventure, and I've been going through a little bit of things, but that's fine. I'm not going to get into that this video. I did a quick change here. I swapped out. I do have a drop down to my mining level now, and just a straight ladder up. I got sick and tired of that spiral staircase. I'm sure many of you were probably thinking the exact same thing. And I used stone ladders here to get the job done. But let's get going and carry on a little bit. As you can see, not much has been done outside of that. But what I do want to get is a couple of awesome items and stuff that I've never done before. So let's throw a little bit of lava in the smeltery itself. And we're going to get ourselves some firewood. Yeah, so placing wood in a casting basin and pouring lava over top of it is going to give us firewood, or sorry, lava wood is what it's going to give us. Lava wood. I gotta make sure I get these correctly. So we are getting lava wood from this process. Now, lava wood is pretty sweet. It actually does look pretty darn cool too. You can use it for stairs. You can add it to like the stencil table and stuff. It looks pretty sweet, which is awesome. But yeah, did I pour? Did I not pour? I didn't pour. So pretty darn sweet stuff, and another just cool building block that you could just work with, right? So 1 bucket of lava is going to do 4 wood planks of lava wood. Pretty straightforward. And by theory, if you chisel and bits that's some pretty good. That's some pretty good stuff. And I've been chatting with T-Fox for quite some time here this evening. It's been fun. But anyways, what I need to get is firewood. And for that, we need 1 lava wood with 2 blaze powder. So the best way for us to get some blaze powder is actually not this, because you only get 2 per blaze rod. The best way, Segmill you get 4, but Macerator will actually give you 5 per blaze rod. Now sadly we do need 6, so that is still going to take 2 of our blaze rods. I'm gonna have to go farm more. I didn't really farm all that long in the video, but I did get a little bit of quartz and stuff like that as well. Just some small little details for now. There's still a lot that needs to get done there. So anyways, let's get some of this going. We're going to need the 3, so we'll keep the 1 lava wood. Perfect. Perfect. Come on now, Macerator, hurry up. We really need to speed those things up, but I don't know, I'm kind of not feeling the industrial craft, just saying. Okay, good. Good. All right. Actually, can we... I'm pretty sure we can compress this back in, can't we? Uh-oh. Uh-oh, I crashed. All right, well, see, that's why we test these things, right? I'll report that to T-Fox and all that kind of stuff. But anyways, we have our firewood over here, so let's get ourselves a binding of firewood. Perfect. Now, what firewood is going to do for us is it's going to give us the auto smelt. And as you can see, a furnace in tool form. Now, that's exactly what it sounds like. So this lumber axe is basically going to chop down the trees and automatically turn them into charcoal. So we're going to call it charcoal. Pretty straightforward, and a very terrible axe, all things considered, but we can just improve it naturally. But as I chop down this tree, now we get nothing but charcoal from it, which is great for, you know, just general use and things like our generator here. We can now automatically fuel it quite easily with some charcoal. Not to mention charcoal we can use for, not to mention we can use it for torches and all the other variety of things. So, and pretty cheap to repair, just stone, so Very nice. That's going to work wonders for us with the auto smelting. The auto smelt can also work nicely with mining and all that kind of stuff, but I kind of prefer to use machines to process my items because usually you get a little bit more for it. So one of the other things that I planted over here was the industrial hemp from Immersive Engineering. And we just got this from breaking grass, nothing too crazy there. I was kind of testing to see if I could get ender lily seeds from breaking grass, but I don't think that that is the case. So we might have to make a little trip before we can do that. But the industrial hemp fiber is a wonderful material required for immersive engineering. And I've kind of been pondering which way to go, and mechanism would definitely be the most efficient way to go, getting the most out of your ores and all that kind of stuff, as well as there's a lot of other fun and cool things from that. But you know what, I haven't played around with this mod in quite some time, so let's do that instead. And we're going to go a little bit of immersive engineering. Now, the other good thing about immersive engineering is it kind of ties into our little steampunk style over here. You know, it's going to match, basically, which is really good. I think matching the style could be quite nice. Industrial hemp is also amazingly good source for string. 3 for 1 piece of string is a fantastic net return. By the way, just break the top and the bottom will regrow, like so. Okay. Anyways, to get started in immersive engineering, we need to make an engineer's manual. Just like so. And we'll read that manual, and we'll get the achievement and all that kind of stuff. And we're kind of looking into all the differences here and what we can do. So there's different alloys, there's metal plates that you can do, similar to the industrial craft metal plates. Industrial hemp, which is what I just explained, which is great. But I think one of the first things that we're going to need to get is a coke oven here, because we're going to need some creosote oil, which is going to allow us to get some treated wood, which is great. So we need to get some coke oven bricks. So we're going to need 27 of them, and you arrange them in a 3x3x3 cube and right click it with the engineer's hammer. So we need to get a hammer, and we need to get some coke bricks. Now that's going to require a lot of clay. Holy cow. So 28 of these is going to be required. Divided by 2, that's 14 total recipes of 8 clay per. So 14 times 8. Anybody got a calculator? It's a decent amount. It's, I think, a little bit over a stack, as well as the sandstone in the middle, which of course is something that I don't really have. So one of those beautiful, beautiful things where we might need to go farm some items. I don't think, is there a way for me to get clay again? I don't think there is at this point in time. And sadly, one of my favorite mods is not here. Okay, so, yeah, we're going to have to get some items overall to make this work. We're going to need some more sand, and we're also going to need some clay. So, let me just take a look here. We don't have soul sand. We don't have mana infusion. Crusher, macerator, yeah, cobble into sand. Perfect. That's what I thought. I figured that that was a recipe, but I just wanted to make sure. We are going to remove the ejector upgrade because we don't want it to automatically be turning into glass. That is not something that is a goal of ours at this point in time. One of the things that we will need, though, is the engineer's hammer. This guy right here. Pretty straightforward. A piece of string, a couple pieces of iron, and some sticks. Very easy for us to make. I think, do I have string somewhere? There we go. See, more updates. Updates are coming almost daily on the pack. It is absolutely crazy how quick we are getting updates. And it's awesome all at the same time. Just goes to show you how hard they are all working to get this pack out for everybody. There we go. Hammer. Perfect. All right, so we got that. We need to get some of this clay cooking up, which was already in my inventory. Now, we need 14 times 4. That's a little bit more reasonable to do. 14 times 4 is 28 times 2, right? So, boom, boom, 56 clay, just like so. So we need to get these guys cooked up into clay blocks, if I'm not mistaken, or bricks. And then we're going to need another 54 clay to finish the job here. Now, for us to get down to the mining or the surface level, I do have to go down the ladder here because I didn't make a double drop system. But I'm going to go get some clay, and then we will be back to make our coke oven. Alright, so I think I've gotten everything here for the coke bricks. That should give us the 28. Perfect. Now, I don't really have a good spot for this. I was kind of just pondering that while I was going there. But I've decided to kind of go underneath here a little bit because we can kind of hide this because of the way it is. Haha! Throwing snowballs is super fun. Alright, so we can kind of just jump down below and build it up from there, right? Because it's a standard 3x3 by 3, so pretty straightforward. You can build it up just like so, and then, oh man, there we go. No, do I have to click on the side actually, like right on the side? Yeah, I do. Okay, good enough. Okay, perfect. We now have the coke oven. Awesome. It really annoys me when they give you leftover blocks like that. I don't know why it does, but it really does bother me. It's kind of annoying. Anyways, let's quickly repair our charcoal maker like so and chop down another tree because I want to get some, I think charcoal works, if I'm not mistaken, still in the coke oven. I don't believe that has changed. I guess we'll have to confirm, and I will give that a test right now. How come some of that did not smelt? I don't really care, I guess. In the long run, I think that's more than enough. So we're going to throw in some charcoal here. Nah, charcoal does not work. Okay, but I know that wood does. So let's grab a quick little bit of wood here. And that gives us a little bit of a buffer of charcoal anyways. This is going to make us some charcoal as well, which is a nice little bonus overall. So this guy's going to smelt down. It's a little bit slow overall, the coke oven, but it will do the job for us. Outside of that, I think the next step is going to be getting ourselves a blast furnace of type. I don't really have the necessary requirements for that. At this point in time, I'll have to go venture into the nether a little bit more. But there's a few other things that we can start to work on as well. But the main thing that we need is that creosote. Creosote's going to help a lot. Balloons. I love balloons. Who doesn't love balloons, right? We do have power and all that kind of stuff, and we have lots of tools. And this is one of the ones that I think could work quite nicely for us, is the conveyor belts. For some reason, I've always wanted to use them to transport around some things, and it might be a good way to go. You know, it might be that steampunky kind of way that we can get things going and get things working properly. What does a jerry can do? Oh, well, there you go. I didn't even know that that was there. There we go. Some charcoal and a little tiny teensy-weensy bit of creosote. Excellent. So that's about 2. We need to get a bucket worth, and we're going to need to get ourselves 8 planks. 8 planks all the way around with a bucket of creosote in the middle should give us the treated planks that we require to basically do most of the rest of the things in immersive engineering. You know, to get yourselves a water wheel to get producing things, you need to get the treated wood planks up and running. Windmills, improved windmills, etc., you need them for all of that kind of stuff. They also are a very nice wood to build with. So keep that in mind as well. Outside of that, let's take a quick gander through the book here. And I want to debate on things that are going to start getting us generation. Now, there's a few different things that we can do. Power generation. We're going to need kinetic dynamos because that's how you get the power out of the kinetic devices. We could go with a windmill. We are quite high up, so we could do that and get a nice little windmill going on here. Now, we would need steel. Steel is definitely something that we could probably get to get the improved windmill, which I think would be advisable. It is going to be pretty expensive, though, and I'm not even sure how much they're generating these days, but we do have most of the stuff required. I guess what we can do is we can progress. We can get ourselves... Let's see how far we get, right? I mean, we are generating some creosote, so that's good. We don't really have a concern there. We can start getting the treated planks, just like so. We have plenty of access. You know what? I think I'm going to push my luck, and let's progress right into the advanced windmill. I have a feeling that this is a good decision. I like it. I like it quite a bit. So I'm going to need to farm a lot of treated planks to get ourselves the improved windmill, as well as a lot of this stuff right here, the industrial hemp. It is going to be required, but it's at least pretty easy to farm. It's very easy to farm, to be honest with you. So we are going to need a decent amount of it, though, so let's get some of this progressing along. Now, one of the things that we need is the tough fabric. Now, tough fabric is basically industrial hemp fiber around a stick. Now, each one of these requires 4, so that's going to require 32 industrial hemp per thing. So that's going to be enough for 2 so far. So yeah, I need a lot of industrial hemp to get this thing actually done. That is quite a bit. That is a lot. I guess I'll just keep farming. Maybe we can look at something else that could help us a little bit. You know what? We could probably look at the watering can. It's not nearly as good as what it used to be. It's definitely not as overpowered as it used to be, to say the least. But we can look at getting ourselves that up and running. So quick little planks in the shape of a wood bowl. Good. And we can get ourselves a little bit of andesite. That'll do just nicely. Very good. And watering can. Now, the things that changed with the watering can is it does require a couple dips in the water to fill up. Why? I don't understand. By theory, you should be able to just dip it and fill it up. The other thing as well is it does have a durability now. So, as you can see, it is still growing the items, which is our main goal here. But it does use up durability to do so. Alright, so there's definitely some not so great things. Oh boy. You know what? That's fine. That's fine. We'll just do this and we'll get this growing. Okay, so there's definitely some pros and cons to the watering can, and I don't think it works nearly as good as it used to, or as efficient as it used to. I'm not sure on that. I haven't ran exact tests, but it's definitely been nerfed in just the way that it requires you to fill it up and all that kind of stuff. Now, it doesn't use up the water source or anything like that, but, you know, it's just one of those things. So, anyways, I'm going to get some industrial hemp. Lots of it, too, because we're going to need a decent amount. I think we need, I don't know, 4 stacks just to get things up and running. So, I'm going to work on that, getting the industrial hemp up and running. And we can get ourselves an improved windmill. Oh, man. Alright, so I think we're doing pretty good here. Oh, no, not with that. There we go. That'll be fine. The watering can worked out amazingly, might I add. Really helped things out. We got some more treated wood, which is good. I need... Oh, one more tick. Really? It's so slow, those coke ovens. So slow. But we do have some stuff here. So let's look at the immersive here again. And what we need to get is we need to get ourselves a couple of things. Obviously, the improved windmill is one of our goals. And for that, we're going to need steel. Now, there's a couple different ways that we can actually get steel. Mechanism is definitely one of them. I don't really... I guess we could. I mean, the metallurgic infuser is really easy to get, but I have a feeling that there's better ways to do it. You can do it through a blast furnace from immersive engineering, as well as I'm trying to see industrial craft, I think, is the one in a blast furnace as well, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Okay. So I want to see this extreme reactors one. This guy right here, and see what's required for this, because this requires a steel dust. Oh, you can't make it. All right. That is a bit of a setback, which means we have to look at blast furnaces, or we have to look at that metallurgic infuser, which really isn't that hard to make overall. So let's do the metallurgic infuser. It's really not that complicated. Very easy to do. So we need a couple pieces of redstone. We are going to need to produce our osmium, which, can we do that through here? Yeah, we can double it up. Excellent. Good. We might as well get some efficiency out of that. And we're going to need 4 iron, like so. Good and good. We are also going to need to get ourselves a couple of furnaces to get this thing done. Our bucket of creosote is done as well. Very good. That should give us some more of that. And let's get ourselves the 2 ferni. Beautiful. So that should then give us the osmium that we required. Good. A fantastic resource, might I add. And our metallurgic infuser. Very nice. Now, we do not have a way to power this at the moment. So, what I want to do is I want to get ourselves simple generators. There we go. Excellent. So, what I want to get first is just a standard furnace generator. So, 3 more iron, block of redstone, another furnace, and some stone overall. So, very good. Not very expensive. Pretty straightforward. We can get ourselves the furnace very easily. We have the stone along with some other stone right there. Good. We need a block of redstone. 1 and 9. Excellent. Like, voila. And 3 iron. Again, not very expensive at all, and very easy to get very early on. That guy is going to do the job for us very nicely, and I'm just going to set it right behind here and supply it with some charcoal. Again, nothing revolutionary here. Pretty straightforward beginning stuff, and I know I've done a lot of beginning stuff. I get that. I understand. But we do have to get through this. So this generates 64 RF per tick. That's pretty good. It holds 1,000,000 RF. Wow. And it can automatically input in the metallurgic infuser. I'd say that is a huge plus. As my iPad goes off. It's fine. So we're going to need 2 pieces of coal and a piece of iron here to get our steel. So the coal goes in the purple slot here, which is going to give us carbon. Now we're going to input in the iron ingot. It's going to make loud noises because I haven't manually adjusted the setup or anything like that yet. So that's going to give us then an enriched iron, which when we process again through the metallurgic infuser, which is using up a little bit, but not quite 64 RF per tick. And you can confirm, as you can see, it's only using 20. But that's going to give us some steel dust, which we can now just put in a furnace to get ourselves the 1 piece of steel that we require. Excellent. See, a little sidebar, but does the job quite nicely. So let's look at our improved windmill. There we go. So we need to get these improved windmill blades, which means we need windmill blades to begin with. So we're going to need 8 of these. So 8 times 4 is 32. So we're going to need 32 sticks. What is that? That's 16. Hopefully we have enough. So 32 sticks with some treated wood like so. That's going to give us our 8. Beautiful. Then we need to get ourselves the 8 improved windmill blades, which are surrounded by steel, is going to give us our improved windmill overall. Good. Now all we need is the kinetic dynamo. This guy's pretty straightforward. We're going to need some LV wire coil, some iron, etc. So let's see. We get how many from that? We get 4. So we only need 2 of those. And to make that, we need copper wire, which is shears or engineered wire cutters with a copper plate. Okay, little bit of copper, little copper involved here. So we need to get some copper plates. Ooh, we don't have that much copper. So we need to get some copper plates. So how much do we need? We need, let's see, to get copper wire, you get 1 per. Whoa, that's expensive. So each one of these requires 4. So we need 8. 8 copper to get this done. Yikes. All right. But we do have the metal former, so we can get those rolling automatically here very nicely. I actually love having that ice spawn in. I find that a lot of fun to break. I don't know why. So let's get the other parts while we're at it here. A couple of redstone, 3 iron. Pretty straightforward. Nothing too revolutionary here. And then we're going to have to figure out exactly how we set this thing up. So power generation. Transferring power will allow you to generate things from windmills or water wheels. Okay. Connecting them to a dynamo will generate power based on how fast they turn. Excellent. Windmill is free and easy, and that's what I like. It will run faster when it's raining or stormy, so probably never on this server because everybody sleeps. Now, I can't remember the exact dimension of the windmill itself. It does require a decent amount of room to function. So we do need to make sure that when we do set it up here that we have a bit of room. And what I'm thinking is I don't really have a good spot for it at this point in time. So I'm probably just going to build a small little setup here right off this cliff face. I think that that's going to work quite nicely. So we'll go out a few blocks. That should be more than enough. I probably should put it even higher than where we're at, even though we're at 112 plus at this height. The higher it is, the faster it goes and the more power it generates and all that kind of stuff. But there we go. We got our copper wire. Very nice. Now we can get ourselves the LV wire coils, which we can put all the way around, and that goes around a piece of iron, which means I'm 1 iron short. Forgot about that piece. And there is our kinetic dynamo. Okay, so if we place down our kinetic dynamo like so, and is that right? That's not right. That's not right at all. Okay, turn it again. And there we go. Okay, good. And let's place down our windmill. Perfect. Windmill for the land. And it's blowing. Awesome. And it's blowing. Excellent. So, what we should be seeing is we can actually pull some power off of that windmill now. Really ugly at this point. I'm really not a fan of windmills overall, but you know what? We have the height that we're working with right now. We might as well take advantage of it. So this is going to generate us some power. Makes sense, right? Now, I believe that it's only generating us LV power, if I'm not mistaken. So I think we need to get ourselves some more of the LV power cables, and I'm pretty sure we need an LV capacitor over here. So I'm going to get those items together so that we are ready to go, and we will finish up this little bit of a build and our progress into immersive engineering shortly. Alright, so a couple more things that are required here to get the power to where we want it to be. Now, the main thing that I want to work on is, so this enrichment chamber. No, metallurgic infuser. I'm just kidding. Relax. And the furnace generator are both really awesome, and they're all going to be of the same power type overall. So we can work together on all of this stuff. Now, to transfer that power with immersive engineering, we're going to need some wire connectors and maybe even some LV wire relays. But what I also want to get, or at least try to get here, is a capacitor bank from immersive engineering. I'm not sure where they're at in terms of versatility or, you know, power storage and all that kind of stuff, but you know what, I figured let's give it a try. I haven't used it in a while, so let's try it. So there's our capacitor. Good. So that is where we're going to store all of our RF energy. Now, I don't really have a good spot for this. I really don't. So what I've decided that I'm going to do is I'm actually going to build it right on the back side of my industrial craft stuff, right back here. And to accomplish this, well, I need to do a little bit of terraforming, but not too much overall. Pretty straightforward, and, you know, just kind of expanding on things a little bit. So I want to put my capacitor bank right about there. So this is going to be our setup. Now, as it seems, it looks like it only holds 100,000 RF. Or IF, sorry. IF. My apologies. Immersive engineering, I completely forgot about this, uses IF, which is its own power. All right. So that is going to be different than the RF that we generated from our furnace generator. So I'm actually going to put this system back down over here. I completely forgot that they switched to their own power system. All right. Then what we're going to need is this guy is set to a orange on the top. So that means that it is going to be outputting power. So we are going to be outputting power from this wire connector all the way up to here, which this is blue and orange. Now, I believe you can change it just like so by clicking on it with the hammer. So that would be just output. That's nothing. Input. All right. And we can put the wire connector there. Now, if I'm not mistaken, if you want to connect multiple wires together or over a longer distance, you will need wire relays in between. The connectors are only the things that go to the direct machines or blocks in the system. All right. So there we go. We have power connected up to our LV capacitor, going through an LV wire from our windmill over here and starting to store up. Pretty straightforward, right? I would say so. That's about where we're at, though. We are pretty much at wrapping up point. The next part here is I want to actually get a few tools or simple machines in place so that we can maybe use some things from here. I'm not sure what we're going to do or how we're going to do it, but I do want to get a few things up and running. So that is going to be it for me this episode. Thank you all so much, and have yourselves a great day. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe, all that fun stuff as well. I really would appreciate it. Thank you. Bye-bye.